Hey, howdy, happy day. Just this morning, I was on my way to work. I was going to my office downtown. I was stopped at a red light, and all of a sudden, bang, I got back-ended by a guy in a car, right? I got out of my car and I was waiting for him to get out of his car, and he finally did, and I looked down. He was a small little guy. He was a dwarf. And he was mad. He came up to me and said, "I'm not happy." And I said, "Well, which one are you?" And whoa, boy, the fight, then it began. Just saying, hey, in California, you can go to church now, but you can't sing. There's a lot of restaurants that you can go in, but you can't eat because you have to wear a mask all of the time, likewise in California. So where's Helen Keller? I mean, son of a gun, you got to do something. Pretty strange stuff. I mean, only California can this be going on. How are you going to monitor that anyway? I mean, the optics in this ain't pretty. You go to church, sing for heaven's sakes. Oh, did you get that? For heaven's sakes. I was watching Fox News just the other night, and Black Lives Matter activist Hawk Newsom, he said this: black people do not trust politicians. They don't trust Democrats. They don't trust Republicans. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, Hawk. We don't either, us white folk. Who could trust them? Who would think? Morning Joe. There's a Morning Joe Post, I guess it goes on with a Huffington Post, and they're now speculating that President Trump may quit before he's fired. It's just another little subliminal piece that they play with all the time because we got to defeat the president because this guy, we don't like what he does. We have opinions and his are different than ours, and how dare he, right? And they just go on. And you know what? It's old now. I don't think they can make it stick any longer. I sure hope not, but I don't think they can. Halifax, Canada. A Liberal member of Parliament, another commie, right? She's now saying that I got abusive online and telephone comments because I'm advocating for gun control and a feminist analysis of the recent shooting in Nova Scotia. What is that? A feminist analysis. Her name is Lenore Zann, and she was in support of her communist government's thing with regard to banning assault guns, and they banned thousands of them, and nobody even knows what assault means anymore, blah, blah, blah. And she says because of that, this tragedy where 22 lives were taken, etc. Poor grammar. She says, I need to have a probe into the role hatred of women played in that shooting that claimed 22 lives. What about men? I mean, I don't know the breakdown, but there were men killed and there were women that killed. And guess what? He didn't like any of them. So I think it's fair to say that he hated them. And she only wants, though, to drill down with regards to the role of hatred for women. This is another racist, okay? Just another goof, another moronic person. Rah, rah, rah. Makes me mad. I mean, what about me? I've been a man a long time. And what about me? I mean, hey. And now she says that ever since I've started this little thing, I've had hate calls, dozens and dozens of hate calls, several death threats. And so she went to the police and says, what do I do? And they said, go buy a security system. Well, you buy a gun? That would kind of make you safer. Canada still, you have a lot of weirdos there. And now you have a liberal guy who's the head of the independent senators group. He's a senator, and he says all Canadians should get paid money for doing nothing, right? That's how we're supposed to swing because we have so much money. The country's broke. There's no money. COVID, now that, where have you been, right? And he's saying, no, we need a basic income program. I guess it worked a little bit. They kind of like it in that they've been sending $2,000 a month to people for COVID. And wow, I guess it's become habit forming or something. He says it'll cost $100 billion. Show me a liberal that you can believe. Well, firstly, not only do they lie, they're dumb, right? So when he says $100 million, even if he believed it, which I'm sure he doesn't, it won't be. It'll be many, many times more than that. And you shouldn't pay people for staying at home. That's just not right. And I want you to know this, okay? There are 7 million Canadian geese in Canada. Who cares? I do occasionally because I golf, right? When I'm golfing, I think there's 27 million because there's kind of that stuff everywhere. Wednesday, the 15th of July, 2020. Y'all got to come and join us at Right Radio. Right Radio, you go to rightedition.com and there's a little banner box. You click on it and it says Right Radio at 3 o'clock West Coast time, 6 o'clock East time. We're going to have a couple of guests. We have Derek Sloan. He's running for the leadership of the Conservative Party in Canada, and he's going to be talking mostly about his gun things and what he's hoping to accomplish if he becomes a leader and subsequent to that, of course, becomes the prime minister of the country, what he's going to do with regard to gun laws. Tony Bernardo, he's the big boss at CSSA, Canadian Shooting Sports Association. He's also a guest, and you all people, you can phone in And you can ask questions, you can give us your comments, you can also message them in. So it's kind of a neat thing. Do try to attend. All of you Canadian people, doesn't matter if you don't live in Canada, join us. I think half of our audience is American and half is Canadian. 3 p.m., Derek and Tony. It'll be a blast. Wednesday, the 15th of July. Hey, happy day.